see now carry themselves, and it rubs off, and I would take him as my hand.
I think this bodes well for us, John, because theirs got shot by an imp with a crossbow on the toilet.
Damn.
Great. Chivalry, Jesus.
Okay, and yours, despite coming back from the dead, was stabbed by a little bitch of a, wildling kid.
He's alive twice. With a Valyrian steel sword. And the entire north of an arc.
Okay.
All right, he's not dead.
Back to team Joe and John. For your next pick, who do you pick and what title are you giving them?
Ooh. So let's go with Bronn Stark as the spy master.
Do you mean Bran?
Yes, that's what I
It's so confusing, Bronn and Bran.
Brandon Stark is
Brandon
the
Stark.
master of the completely unimaginable, blow your fucking mind, Chris Angel, mind freak.
Are you
on
watching?
tour
Are you
next-
watching?
I just want to point out, though,
David
that he
Blaine
made
eyes.
the grave mistake of letting the Night King touch him. So,
Seth, you will have your turn.
But was that a mistake, or did he realize?
I'd still take the entire history of Westeros and Essos and all that can be seen.
So the Hand of the King, Jon Snow, followed by the Spy Master, Brandon Stark.
Or the Three-Eyed Raven, I guess.
Three-Eyed Raven, sure.
wait. There's some discrepancy here because you're saying
Flag
alive
on
or
the play.
dead.
Flag on the
You're saying
play.
alive or dead, so we could, in theory, just saying, not saying we are, we could take Bloodraven.
But Bran is both alive and dead.
You could take Bloodraven.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, you can't say he's the Three-Eyed Raven because there are multiple here. At least
Or
in
only
play.
one, if we go with Bran being...
You guys are saying the
Seth is
Three-Eyed
right.
Raven.
As a judge,
Yeah.
Seth is right.
I don't understand. You guys are taking the Three-Eyed Raven.
Yes.
Yes.
Kendall, you
Okay.
look lovely today, by the way. Just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you. I love what you're doing.
Seth Beth.
All right.
The ladies of Westeros are
So
in league.
I'm actually gonna defer to Beth on this one because I like this. It is our Kingsguard, so our Lord Commander, our commander of the Kingsguard.
Is that what we want to do next?
Nicely done.
All right, we can do that next. All right, we're going to go with Brienne. I think she's proven
Shout out. All right.
incredibly loyal. She knows what she's doing with a sword, and I think between the Hound and Arya and Jaime, we've seen her skills, and I think loyalty, honest to God, can't be talked up enough here. She is who you want at your back.
All right, so to combine your two picks so far, Tywin Lannister as your Hand of the King, followed by Brienne as your King's Guard, leading
Yes.
up your Royal Guard. Great picks so far, and that is versus so far Jon Snow as the Hand of the King for Team John and Joe, followed by the Three-Eyed Raven as the Spy Master / Knowledge Broker for you
Spy
guys.
Master.
So
Spy
who do you
Master.
go with as your third pick?
And what title do we give?
What
them?
title?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we going to go with Master of Coin? I mean,
Yeah,
an army marches
Don't
on...
forget that you only get 4.
I know. We know we only get 4, but an army marches on its stomach. And who commands the stomach of an army other than Tycho from the Iron Bank of Bravos?
Tycho.
That may not
And
be-
he's leading your army?
No.
He's the master of
Master
coin.
of coin.
Master of Coin
Okay. Master of Coin makes sense.
from the Iron Bank.
Yep. And that means you have the backing of the Iron Bank, you have the money of the Iron Bank.
One
you have...
would assume
Yep.
that's what I would have at this point.
Cool.
Yes.
We would have.
All right.
To use my...
Team Seth Beth.
All right, we're gonna work around our last pick, but I'm gonna take this one. Our Grand Maester will
Grand
be
Maester.
Aemon Targaryen. Had a solid knowledge and clearly one of the most well-revered maesters in the game. Obviously led as Maester of the Night's Watch for very long. He was one of the last Targaryens alive. He knows what it's like to lose people and to not be able to do anything about it. He has a solid knowledge base. I'm taking him as our
He was
Grand
also
Maester.
supposed to be king, correct? He was
Correct.
next in line to be king, but then stepped aside so that John Aaron, is that right? No. John Aaron's the creepy kid.
Yeah. John Aaron's Robin's dad.
We won't get into that right now.
John Aaron's
Great
the one who
pick.
died to
That is
start off
your
the
head
entire show.
maester as chosen as your third one. So that joins the... No, we'll recap at the end. We just keep recapping. All right, team John and Joe, third pick. Fourth pick.
Fourth pick. So, Joe.
Yeah,
Final
I
pick.
think we're going to take first of her name, Daenerys Targaryen and her 3 dragons, to be the mother of dragons.
You can't.
The Khaleesi... What?
No. You're fine.
We're just making up titles. That's what we're doing here. No, roll out. What would she be to us?
She would be the Siege Master.
The Siege Master. That's
Okay,
fair.
Siege Master. That's a cool
Because
name.
with the dragon, like...
It sounds like a board game that no one's played.
She would.
Can I contest the fact that just because you have Dany, I don't know if that means you necessarily get her 3 dragons.
Who
Why?
else is going to command them?
Well, I mean, it's like saying, but no, hold on, let me battle that for a second. It seems like you've become this like the PR person for Team Seth Beth, and I've become the PR person for Team John Joe. But
Switch it up.
Just like, but listen to me. Like, of course they get the 3 dragons, just like they get Tywin's knowledge of coin, and they get
How is that the
We get
same
Tycho's
thing?
knowledge of
because that's what Dany brings to the table is her dragons. She's the mother of dragons. That's her thing.
So does that mean because they have Tywin Lannister, they get the entire Lannister army?
Sure.
She would.
which also died by fire.
She would be.
Just a second ago.
Could she be our master of diversity? Is that a thing?
She could be
Oh, yeah.
That's really nice.
Our human resources director.
Welcome to
For
the
your
21st
fourth
century.
pick, Seth and Beth.
Oh, don't even move that mic my way. Like you don't even.
They
So
know
we're
they've
having
lost.
a bit of a debate over here.
Tell us what the debate
So
is.
I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna be frank because we're struggling. So
Coming
we
down
can
to
use
2
some
people
assistance.
here.
So I personally feel like we need a master of coin as our last because we're at our last picks. This is vital, right? I think we need a master of coin because they say in the show money wins wars. So if we don't have a master of coin, I feel like we're screwed. However, Seth is being very smart here, looking at what the other team has put together and trying to figure out how we best, counter.
So we're what I'm trying to do is match war, I guess, prowess. And so my argument was for, despite the fact that I really hate him, was for Euron as our master of ships to take on a navy role because no one has that. And if you guys want to do the fire piece, then we're going to take you guys by water.
Which I personally don't think will help. We're having some infighting. Clearly, I think we're going down. I think
Ships burn.
I think we're going ships burn.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna go. We can
I'm
go
gonna
with
take
Euron.
I'm gonna take Beth's stand on this one. I think money's important. So our master of coin, and he has experience in this as previous master of coin, is going to be Tyrion.
Okay. And
so
you get
what did you say?
Tyrion on your team, which is always a good call too.
And I just want to point out that he is now the most skilled in policy. In policy, and despite the fact that some of his war plans have failed,
So you're gonna take Euron, but you decided to take Tyrion.
I am
Tyrion.
listening to the queen in this
We
scenario.
each got 2. I think that was good. I think that we handshake.
All right. Fair. So Joe, read me your team.
Yeah, our team is Jon Snow,
Hand of the King.
Hand of the King, Bran, aka the Three-Eyed Raven, is what we decided that would be.
Spy Master.
Yep. Yeah, Spy Master. Tycho as our Master of Coin, who's the head of the Iron Bank, or what we know as the head of the Iron Bank, and Daenerys Targaryen as the Master of Diversity.
What a title!
Because why not?
Our human resources director.
Yeah.
Nice.
Corporate relations, too. Yeah.
So ours is Tywin Lannister as Hand of the King, Maester Aemon as the Grand Maester, Tyrion Lannister as Master of Coin, and Brienne of Tarth as our Kingsguard commander.
All right. Now it's up to Kendall and I to decide who wins. Kendall, where are you leaning and why?
I'm very torn. Very.
Would you consider yourself to be Tyrion in this situation, overwatching Battle of Loot Train?
I
As a
will
reminder,
take your
Tyrion
dog's
is
boyfriend
on our
away.
team.
All right, let me give you my thoughts to start. So here's where I'm at. I feel like I initially want to give the win to Jon and Joe. Now, I'm going to finish this. I initially want to give the win to Jon and Joe because they have Daenerys and they have dragons, and for God's sake, I mean, we know what one dragon did.
Remember
it doesn't
that
really
we-
matter who's on your council when one dragon's tearing up everything, right? But at the same time, they've got a Master of Coin in Tycho, and I feel like there's a redundancy there that doesn't matter. Like, if you're going to take the Master of Coin who will get you all of the money you need to win a war, that's great. But then you're also taking Daenerys, who represents this opposite side of war, which is like, we don't need that. We're going to get Dothraki. We're going to get the Unsullied. Like, we're going to win with the hearts of the people, not the wallets of the people. I don't know if you needed to pick both of them. And then vice versa for Seth Beth, Team Seth Beth. I feel like it's great that you have Brienne as the leader of your Kingsguard, but at the same time, like, that's only going to protect you. You have to think about, how are you going to win the war as a whole? And then you have Tyrion as your Master of Coin, who we know has at least some political prowess, who's going to help you out. But ultimately, again, it's like, where's your army at? And it sounds like your army's going to be Euron. And well, no, you didn't pick Euron.
But no, we did not pick him.
So then you have a maester who is on his deathbed in Maester Aemon.
We've determined that living or alive, regardless of where you're at.
You're right. Okay, fair point. Fair point. Yeah, I think I got to go with Joe and John. You guys have a great team, and I think you guys are going to be in good financial shape. But having Tywin and Tyrion on the same council is going to lead to a lot of infighting, and it's not going to be super pretty.
I also, as much as I wanted Team Seth and Beth to win, I don't know if I agree with your final choice. Now, I don't think it was Huron. I don't know if that would have been the better choice for me, but I think I gotta give it to John and Joe.
Can I say that there was some weird honorable mentions that didn't come out, like Varys? Like
Yeah.
I thought you guys were gonna take Varys,
We
so
were-
that's
we
why I
talked-
wrote down
Littlefinger, I was kind of surprised no one
talked-
took Littlefinger.
We had talked about doing what I going to call was kind of the opposite of your spy master was Varys, because he does have his hands in so many pots and has all of his little birds and whatnot. I also honorable mention that never got pointed out. I was going to say Master of Law was going to be Ned Stark. Very honorable man.
A real bookworm, that Stark.
He really does have the desire to read books and learn about hair color and obviously how all of those pundit squares work.
He's like, wait, they have blonde hair. Oh my god. Yeah. All right.
What a revelation.
I also want to say I have now won 2 of our games.
Unstoppable, this guy.
Coming for you,
This
John.
guy.
Coming for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the Westeros Gazette episode 4. Make sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, SoundCloud. However you get your podcast, we should be on there. If we're not on there, let us know. Email us at geeks, that's geeks at hotyb.co. We'll make sure to get our show on your podcast listening app of choice, except for Spotify. Spotify's real stupid about it. So thank you guys so much. Make sure to check in and listen to the Hold On to Your Butts Proper episode number 22 coming out this week, and tune in next week for our Westeros Gazette episode 5, where we break down episode 5 of season 7 Game of Thrones. Thank you guys so much. Today's outro sound goes to Kendall. Kendall, outro sound.
So I don't know if I really have an outro sound, but should we start like a Bachelor in Paradise podcast?
I hate you.
It starts
I
next
hate
week.
it. We're done.